Hi, my name is Vanessa from Christ Memorial Lutheran Church in East Brunswick, New Jersey. This week's Bible lesson is about a time when one of Jesus' earliest disciples, Peter, denied he was a follower of Jesus. Not only once, but 3 times in one evening. Have you ever known of someone who denied doing something they had really done many times? Many times, people are tempted to do this so they do not get into trouble. They know it is a lie, but they do it anyway. This is exactly what Peter did in today's Bible lesson. As you listen to the story, see if you can identify how Peter felt when he realized what he had done. In last week's lesson, we learned how Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a colt of a donkey and was greeted like a king. Later in the week, he celebrated a Passover meal with his disciples in Jerusalem. Jesus revealed many things to his 12 original disciples during this meal. First, he told them that one of them would betray him. He also began the celebration of the Lord's Supper when he took bread, blessed and broke it, and gave it to them and said, "Take, eat, this is my body." Then he took the cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them and said, and they all drank from it. And he said to them, "This is my blood of the new covenant." Lastly, Jesus told the 12 disciples that they would all stumble in their walk with him that very night. When Peter heard that all of the disciples would stumble, he told Jesus, "Even if all are made to stumble, I will not stumble." Jesus assured Peter that before a rooster crowed 2 times that night, Peter would have denied Jesus 3 times. Peter said that even if he had to die with Jesus, he would not deny him. Peter sounded very brave, but things soon changed. Later, Jesus and his disciples were in Gethsemane. Jesus had been praying. Then Judas came with a bunch of people with swords and clubs. They took Jesus to the high priest to be tried. All of Jesus' disciples ran away, but Peter secretly followed Jesus into the courtyard of the high priest. There, Peter sat by the fire with the servants. One of the servant girls recognized Peter and said, "You also were with Jesus of Nazareth." Peter denied it, saying, "I neither know nor understand what you are saying." Peter moved to the porch and heard a rooster crow. The servant girl saw Peter again and told those who were nearby, "This is one of them." Peter denied it again. A little later, people nearby told Peter that he must be one of them because his voice sounded like a Galilean. Now Peter got really angry. He cursed and swore that he did not know this man. And the rooster crowed a second time. Peter remembered that Jesus had told him that he would deny Jesus 3 times before the rooster crowed twice. Peter felt so bad about doing this, he cried. How do you think Peter felt when he realized that he had denied Jesus? Please pause this video now so that you can share your ideas with someone at home. Of course, Peter felt terrible for denying he even knew Jesus. We know that Peter trusted God and confessed his sin to God. In 1 John in the Bible, we can read that if we confess our sins, God is faithful and righteous to forgive us and cleanse us of our sins. We all sin, but we can trust in God's forgiveness because Jesus took the punishment for us when he died on the cross. So, when you realize you sin, confess that sin and you will be forgiven. Please join us next week when we learn more about Jesus' death on the cross. Goodbye for now, and I hope you have an awesome week.